Coach, coming off the bye, Coach Spav said there was a lot of self-reflection during the week. Can you tell us kind of what some of the things were that you were focusing on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, kind of buys are good and bad at the same time. It's kind of a double-edged sword because it gives you time to, like you said, self-reflect and watch yourself and see what you're good at, see what you're struggling at, and see how you can and make adjustments because you got time. We were able to practice last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, get the guys back out there. I know Coach mentioned we got some guys back healthy, which was crucial. A couple of linemen that have been out, and we're able to get them back kind of acclimated. But, the biggest thing is just the things within the game. We talk about, situational football, third downs, how we can stay on the field offensively and how we can execute better in critical down moments. We didn't really get down the red zone last week versus Eastern Michigan. Something we've done well at, but we weren't doing our part. Our touchdowns came, out of the red zone, and we weren't able to get in any third and shorts. I think all of it was 3rd and 4 to third and longs last week. And so, how can we be better on first and second downs? How can we be more efficient, get ourselves in more manageable third down situations? Because obviously, third downs are tough. Anytime you're behind the chains and you don't, execute on first and second down, you're putting yourself at a disservice there. So just finding ways we can be more efficient, finding, ways that we can, put these guys in good situations to execute the plays. I think that's the name of the game is how can you become better throughout the season. And you always want to hit an uptick. You want to be playing your best ball in October and November, not necessarily in September, because you want to be able to, fix the things that you're not doing well. So I thought it was a really good week. I thought our kids responded extremely well. That they were hurt after that Eastern Michigan game, and they came back with the right mindset. Because a lot of times in bye weeks, kids sometimes just try to go through the motions and just try to get through practices, and that was the furthest thing from what they did. I mean, this is a really special group. I know I've said that before, and these kids are resilient, and they've had a really good like I said, good few days and then a really good practice out there today. So I thought both sides got after it pretty good today.
With Brady McBride, he was early in the season, Jake Spavital was saying that he wanted him to run the ball more instead of trying to throw for the home runs. And it seems like he's kind of gotten there the past 3 games. Despite the losses, do you see that growth in him? Are you seeing some good growth in Brady McBride?
Yeah, I mean, you see the, obviously Baylor week, we turned the ball over and threw some interceptions and you're always putting yourself, at a disadvantage with turnovers. But, that was a big emphasis for us is, the way the defenses were playing us and able to rush up the field and try to, get Brady to step up in the pocket and try to extend some plays. I thought he did a really good job with extending plays with his feet. And you saw, the T.J. Graham touchdown was a, really good play by Brady, good play by T.J. extending the play. The J.B. touchdown, another one of those that, again, I think Brady's making, good decisions with the football in terms of when he's supposed to run and when he's supposed to, throw it up there and when he gets some situational stuff down there. But I thought he did a really good job, and he's really doing a good job protecting the football from that regard.
Coach, Brent just mentioned all the defensive numbers for South Alabama. What are you kind of expecting out of the Swarm D that they run?
Yeah, I mean, you look at them, very well coached. Coach Womack, Coach Platoon, those guys, I kind of had heard of them from my tenure at Ole Miss. Obviously, Coach Womack's dad was the defensive coordinator at Ole Miss as I was transitioning in there. I actually lived in the same neighborhood as his dad. Saw his dad one of my last weekends before I took this job. Saw him as he was walking through the neighborhood, and we talked. But, so they been around a lot of football, so defensive-minded coach. So obviously from a standpoint of that, they played really good football when they were in Indiana, and then even before at South Alabama when he was the D coordinator. And then Coach Platoon's been with him for a long time. I know, they've been together and they speak the same language. So very well coached, really good, staff. A lot of guys I've kind of know through the years on that staff. So I think they're really good football coaches, and they've recruited well. And you look at it, across the board, they got some really long, athletic kids on that side of the football that play extremely hard. So you take good scheme, and then, you got guys that play hard under it. You're going to put yourself in good situations, and they do a really good job. They force turnovers, obviously third downs. I was looking at the stats the other day. I didn't know they were number one, but I saw it was like 19%. I was like, that's got to be up there. And obviously, I think that's probably best in the country, if not one of the best in the country. So they're doing a really good job of getting off the field on defense. So that's what we got to do a better job on offense is how can we find ways to, stay on the field. But I think, respect to those guys, a lot of really good football players that do a really good job with some really good coaches.
And then, you guys obviously have the number 1 red zone offense, and South Alabama is number 3 in red zone defense. How do you see that matchup playing out?
Yeah, I mean, that's another game within the game. Again, how can we get, first off, how can we get down to the red zone? Like I talked about last week, we weren't able to get down there versus Eastern Michigan. And that's the name of the game is, when we walk away with field goals, we're disappointed. That's a win for the defense. So we're always trying to find a way to get 7. And again, that's just coming down to executing. That's coming down to, when we call a play and it's a lot less opportunity. You can't, there's not as much grass down there, so it's going to be a lot of one-on-one battles, and that goes to up front to the perimeter because, they're going to play man down there, and they're going to force you to win one-on-one battles, and it just comes down to, doing the little things right and executing the play call at times. So that'll be a good, game within the game for sure.
It looked like I may have this wrong because I was watching on TV, but it looked like Marcel Barbie left the game against Eastern Michigan. Is he healthy this week? Or?
Yeah, no, he basically got, I guess, a Charlie horse, I guess. Or he got kneed in the calf, and so it wasn't anything serious. He kind of limped and, kind of fought his way through the game. I mean, he had limited reps, but he was able to finish the game. I mean, he's been perfectly fine out there. But it was one of the he caught a pass going down the sideline. I think a little screen to him, got like 18 yards and came back, and we took a shot to him on the next play, and he kind of got rolled up with the guy, and I think his knee hit his calf, and they had to look at him for a little bit. So that's when you saw guys like TJ get a little bit more added reps, and I was very, very proud of him, the way he responded, able to get some reps in this game. Well, obviously with Waydell being out, TJ kind of got thrown in that forefront. I thought he responded well, but yeah, Marcel's back. He's fine.
You think we'll see more of TJ Graham after that performance?
Yeah, I mean, he took advantage of his opportunity, so definitely will. You definitely will.